Okay, Mr. Arnold. So I'm gonna go ahead and depart now. Just had to push you live. But your TA Max will be here shortly, so he will need co-host privileges upon his arrival, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make you host now. You're good to go. Thank you.
Hello. How's everybody today?
Morning, Ty.
Hi.
I'm going to take your suggestion and try this Shibashi thing.
Oh, good, good. It's a good suggestion.
Good morning.
I'm just checking.
I'm in too.
We've got new processes in place because of the bad actors we had last week. And so we're using the waiting room, but my TA isn't here right now. So I'm not sure if I should just do away with the waiting room. I admitted everybody, so I may have to watch to see if anybody else pops in. So hopefully that won't get in the way. Let's just go ahead and get started though. These are just growth pains. We have to stumble a little bit as we grow and experience things, but
Somebody's
this
from
bad actor
Hawaii.
thing will come under control shortly. Let's see. Oh, we got somebody from Hawaii. Hi, Veronica. Oh, she's bragging. 72 degrees in the islands. I would brag too. Okay.
Aloha, aloha. It's not bragging, it's life.
Let me bring up the slides and do some manipulating, and we will kick this off. How come I can't? Oh, there's what it is. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming to Shibashi, especially the ones who haven't tried it yet. It is a gentle movement practice. I know most of you who are trying it for the first time, maybe you've at least been to the Tai Chi for Beginners, maybe. So you've been exposed to how Tai Chi is practiced. Shibashi is Tai Chi, but it's not quite as flowing. We do one form multiple times, and then we transition to the next form in the sequence. But the purpose of Shibashi is more to exercise. It's a gentle exercise, and we're working out every part of the body. I seem to have more people in the waiting room. I'm going to do away with the waiting room. I'm going to just throw caution to the wind and hope we don't have any bad actors. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Tai. And actually, if you have met me before, my name is Tai. I live in Florida in the US, near Orlando, Florida. I have a background in I was educated in biology, psychology, computer science, and then I went on to work at several federal agencies and then medical centers, and then went into becoming a consultant, roaming around helping people understand and use their computer data better at medical centers. And then I retired. And since I've been retired, I've been focused on my practice and teaching of yoga, Kundalini and Hatha, Tai Chi, and therapeutic Qigong. I'm here today to guide you through Tai Chi Shibashi, which is a series of exercises or movements that benefit us. They make us healthier. These things are getting in the way. Get Set Up helps us, it's not just you, helps us learn useful skills from each other so that we can move on and do more wonderful things in life. Ideally, I can see you because I will react and redirect what I'm saying based on what I see you doing. So if you will turn on your camera, I would really appreciate it. But don't worry if you don't want to turn it on, leave it off. And maybe in a future class, you'll change your mind and be more comfortable to turn it on. There is a recording for class, though it looks like I better start it. Bear with me just a minute. Let's see if I can start the recording. There we go. Only thing you have to do to get it is email help@getsetup.io, and help will take care of you and hook you up to get a copy of the recording. Now, if you're coming in today by live stream because the class was booked up, we're so glad you were able to make it that way. Welcome. Glad to have you. But, you know, the best way to participate is to get in and join us in the class. So check out the schedule and see if you can register for a future class and actually make it in. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services. What I'm doing today is totally of my creation and is not promoted or marketed or even recommended, I guess, other than giving me space to share it with you. Please check with your doctor. Any movement, any exercise program, you need to know what your limitations are as defined by your doctor who knows you. I don't know you, and I can't define the limits for you. So please honor whatever your doctor has told you. And then after that, honor your body if it's telling you something, and then you can listen to my directions. Tai Chi Shibashi is a gentle, mindful movement sequence of 18 easy to do exercises. That's where the word Shibashi comes from. And you may even hear it pronounced Shubashu. It has several different pronunciations in different parts of China, but the translation is 18. So we're doing Tai Chi 18. Movements are done slowly, gently, and deliberately. All movement is coordinated with your breathing. Don't hold your breath. And find a pattern in each one of the movements that serves you well. You can practice standing. You can practice seated. You can practice standing and take a seat and then stand back up, whatever you want, whatever you need. But there is very little movement of the feet in Shibashi. We only have, I think, 3 of the exercises where we might take a foot and step it forward and bring it back. Very gentle. Therefore, it's suitable for everybody, all ages. And there's always modifications just by not doing as many repetitions. Or maybe you change the movement and make it more slight than I'm telling you to do. So do what you need so that you can finish all 18 exercises, because that's kind of important to try to finish all 18, even if you slow down, back off, or take one more gentle than the others. All kinds of benefits: immune system, more oxygen, strengthen the bones, muscles, tendons, and ligaments, improving balance. That's a biggie to me. Flexibility improves, reaction times, stress relief. And one of the indicators there is it helps reduce blood pressure. And movement of any sort, gentle movement, helps us cleanse toxins from the body. Just to do a quick history, it's actually ancient. Tai Chi's been around for thousands of years, but Professor Lin Hao Xin from China was actually the one who's noted for having formalized the process. So he gets a lot of credit just because he, I think, wrote it down. Over 10 million people around the world practice these Shibashi movements. I don't know how they counted them. Okay, I just want to cut. Let's do this quickly. Whole body moves together. Hand movements will guide the flow of the chi through the body. Your eyes and head follow your hands. The head is in a straight line with the back. You move the trunk and the head together. The eyes follow the hands. The breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Is that a rule? No. If you want to breathe in and out through your nose or in and out through your mouth, do it. It's recommended that you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Keep the breath soft. Make it continuous. In other words, don't hold your breath. And let the breath give you the rhythm. The physical movements will follow the breath. Don't hold it. I think it's about the fourth time I've said that. And just use whatever is your natural breathing pattern. Don't slow it down too much. Don't rush it. What you'll find is over time with regular practice, you will start slowing down the breathing and you will start developing what we call full body breathing. We're trying to bring the mind into a state of tranquility because when you're learning something like Tai Chi or yoga, any movement practice, you're creating an image associated with every movement and you're keeping your mind busy. As you get used to doing it, you stop thinking so much about what you're doing and you can calm down into a very tranquil state. It's called mindfulness. Try to practice with a happy state of mind. If you're in a bad mood, don't do your practice.
Starting. I got you up 5 minutes ago. He's just introducing it.
And what you can do is try to take on a internal smile. And we call that smiling with your eyes. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to.
Nothing. I'm just breathing. Okay.
No, I guess I won't right now. Okay. Let's do our Shibashi. Come standing, seated, or standing with a chair handy. Hopefully you got on some loose fitting clothes, comfortable shoes, and have water available. So if you'll get in position, I'm going to put on some music. I'm going to make a couple of minor changes. I can't find the change I want to make. We are.
Hi, Thais Max. Can you please make me co-host?
You bet. Glad to join.
Thank you.
You are now co-host.
Thank you so much.
You get the music going.
And I'll record it.
I tell you, when you're not here, I really miss you. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Stand tall with a nice straight back. Put your hands on your hips and just turn our head left and right. We're just doing some warm-ups. Couple of turns left and right. Couple of dips down. Look at the floor and bring your head back up, down and up. Roll the ear to one shoulder and then dip the head and bring the ear to the other shoulder very lightly. Don't hurt your neck. If you want to do a complete circle, go ahead, but make sure you got a sturdy neck if you choose to do that. Now, Take the arms out front, soft elbows, and just flop the wrist. You might bounce in the knees a little bit softly, not too much of a bounce. You'll wear out your knees. It's kind of like you're shaking water off the hands. Keeping the whole body soft. Check those shoulders and make sure they're soft. Now flop the hands inside and out. That's it. It's like you're throwing water to the center. Soft arms, soft shoulders, soft knees. We want soft body. Tension will creep back in, but that's okay. Just make it soft again. Now, push it away. Push it away. Yep, throw that water away. We've all done this when we washed our hands in a public place. You know that. Just flip those hands away. Throw that water. Now some circles, soft arms. Don't stiffen the arms. Keep it soft. Remember, you can slow down. You can do less repetitions. Whatever serves you best. Now go back the other way. It's better that you finish the entire sequence, the warm-ups and the 18, than it is to do everything quickly or do as many repetitions. Because each exercise, once we get into the 18, now push the elbows out. Each exercise will work different parts of the body. Push those elbows back. Tamp the earth. Tamp down. It's almost like you're just pushing two balls. You're just bouncing two balls against the earth. Tamp out, like you're trying to tap against the walls. That's it. Do you find any part of the body being tight? See if you can just soften it up. Now, arms up. Be careful with your knees. Do not wear them out. Do not really squat. Just bounce in the knees lightly. And if the knees bother you, stop bouncing. We don't want pain. Okay, now you're gonna kind of like throw water to the ground, but you're gonna circle while you do it. Kind of doing a bit of a twist. Come back to the center and twist the other way. Now just in the front, just in the front. Getting used to a little softness in the knees there. One foot forward and twist at the wrist. It's like you're putting in a light bulb or taking one out, just twist. This will really strengthen the knees over time as long as you do it carefully. Now turn and do the other foot forward. This little soft bouncing is great for our joints. We're gonna work every joint in the body today. That's what Shibashi does. Or I should say every major joint. Probably not gonna work the toes. Now, take an elbow down. Take the other knee up. Now you don't have to bring the leg all the way up. You can just raise the heel. Especially if you're seated, just lift the heel off the floor, leave the toe down. Now, foot forward. Kind of fling the arms with the foot forward like a big, almost like you're doing a fancy walk. If you're tall enough, be careful of the fan. I almost put my hand in the fan. Now, maybe the foot goes out to the side a little bit. See if you can clap the hand. Now, this time the foot goes behind, and then the other foot goes behind. And then you start slinging the arms up. Breathing all the time. Start doing the elbow instead. One elbow one direction, one elbow the other. All the time tapping a toe behind the other foot. Swing the arms up and a little clap. Now a little bouncing while you bring the arms up, doing a circle like we did earlier at the shoulders. That's it. Slow down a little bit. We're coming close to the end of our warm-up soon. And let's just march. Again, you can just raise the heels instead of the whole foot, or you can bring the foot up, or you can do a big knee lift. It's up to you where you are physically and ready to go. Maybe you need to work up to the big knee lifts. That's fine. That's what we're here to do. Like I say, Shibashi is a therapeutic sequence meant to make us get healthier, stronger. Now come to a pause. Make sure your feet are about hips width apart. We're coming to our Wuji, and those of you who have been in my other class know that Wuji is stand tall, relax the shoulders and the arms down and soften your knees, and just stand with the whole body relaxing and breathe. Just a natural breath. Try to breathe into your belly if you're comfortable doing that. The first form in this set of Shibashi is the arm raise. That rotate at the shoulder, soft elbows and wrists, and then back down. You kind of rise a little bit on your knees and you inhale and you relax down on the exhale as you soften the knees. It's almost like your arms are imitating an ocean wave. Just pretend that the air around you is a little thick. Maybe it's like a fog. And as your arms are flowing through it, they're getting just the slight resistance that's slowing them down. So you have to push just a little bit slowly to get your arms through that fog. Plus that fog feels so comfortable. It's just the right cool temperature to invigorate. In some practices in Qigong, you'll find this is actually called the wave. Now in the next rise, bring the arms out to the sides. Open up that chest, that heart, and then close off again and down. See if you can do one inhale up and out. If you can't, that's fine. But if you can, do one slow inhale, inhale, exhale, and exhale. If that's not your breath, you can inhale up, exhale out, inhale back, and exhale down. Whatever serves you. You'll find over time you will be able to breathe slower. By the way, the longer you can exhale, the deeper you can relax. That's a truism in the body. Psychologically and physically, a long exhale relaxes you. Now paint a rainbow. Take one arm out to the side with the palm up. It's right at shoulder level. The other arm comes over the head and points in the same direction, and you lean away into that opposite leg. Then you change. You bring the other arm down, one arm over the head, and you lean. If you want to, you can allow the head to turn and look at the extended hand. That's optional. Inhale, exhale, or inhale one full movement and exhale one full movement, whichever works for you. I love this one. It just feels so good to do. Just lightly stretching those hips. Bring both arms down and they'll cross at the wrist. And then you'll bring them up the chest and then out. You'll sink as they come down and you'll rise as they come up. This is called separating the clouds. It also is just simplistically called circling arms, but I like separating clouds. I think that sounds a little more colorful. As slow or as fast as you want to go. You do not have to go at my pace. Oh. Now, after you finish that cycle, bring the hands together in the front, one hand on top of the other, and their palms are facing each other. The upper arm you take away and bring back past your shoulder, rise it up, and it swoops back in to go back where it started. Then rotate the hands and do the other upper hand. If you want to follow with your head, you can. Allow your eyes, I should say, to follow. Now, always rotate the hands. This one does not have a very pretty name. I've been searching for a pretty name, never have found it. It tends to be called roll arms and twist torso. How mundane is that? Now, drop both arms down to your side. You're just going to make big circles with the arms extended, but still soft elbows. And this is called rowing a boat. Remember, as the arms go up, you stand a little taller and inhale. And as they go down, you sink in your knees and exhale. That's my pattern. If you want to breathe in another pattern, follow it. I'm just giving you what I do. Your pattern is far more important than mine. Now we're going to balance and lift a ball. So one hand, palm is up, and then you turn the palm down and bring it back. Cross the other arm, lift up, palm up, turn it down and bring it back. The opposite foot, you come up on the toe. So I'm raising that opposite foot. I'm doing a little bit of a wave with the hand just because it's a fun thing to do and a little panache there. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but that's an option. It feels good to do it. Rising on alternate heels. Do not twist in the knees. Keep the twist in the waist. Mainly the upper torso is twisting. Now gaze at the moon. You take both hands like you're holding a big basketball and you turn and go up over the shoulder and you look at it, gazing at the moon, and then you come down. Let's go the other direction, doing a little twist and gaze at the moon. Doesn't matter how far you twist, go to your comfort level. Over time, you will twist farther. It's not how far you go. It's important just that you go. Now, you don't rise in the feet, you rise on the knees. So when the moon goes up, you straighten the knees. And when you come down, you soften the knees. You keep the feet flat on the floor for safety on this one. Time to check out the body and see if everything's nice and soft and relaxed. That little tension just creeps in on us when we're not looking because we're thinking about moving the body. Okay, take one hand and with a flat palm, push like you're pushing away an energy wall. And then take the other hand and push in the other direction. One hand is at your waist. So both of them come back as a fist at your waist, and then one releases to push. Feet stay flat on the floor. Push, a little isometric, long before we created the term isometric. Push. I like to exhale as I push and inhale as I come back. You might be a contrarian and do right the opposite. That's totally legal. Everything's legal in Tai Chi as long as you're safe. If you're out of balance, in a bad mood, food on your stomach, then you shouldn't be doing it. You should back off. But as long as you're in balance and being safe, your Tai Chi is perfect. We always improve it, but it can be done anyway. Now, cloud hands, you're going to take the right hand and arm and put it about heart level, and you're going to take the left and put it about belly button level. The right hand is going to be out a little further. The upper hand is out further, and you rotate toward the right. Maybe you're doing the left first. That's fine. Change the hands. Left hand is high and out, and rotate back to the left. This is called playing with the clouds. The twist is in the torso, not the knees. While you're doing it, relax the wrist. They're probably tight from just going into the form, I would bet. They were for me. And then you start flowing the hands instead of just moving them. Breathing all the time. We're going to play scoop, yeah. Bring your left foot forward. We're going to play scoop the C. Bring both hands down. You'll cross at the wrist and palms are up and you'll raise up overhead. Grabbing from the C. You're scooping and lifting from the C. You're bending that front knee as you go down and then straightening as you go back. There's a rocking motion here. As you go forward, lift that back heel. And as you go back, lift that front toe. Rocking. It's a really nice rocking motion. So it's the back heel, front toe. Now switch feet. Let's put the right foot forward and continue that motion. Remember, back foot up on the heel, front foot up on the toe. Your feet do not have to be too far apart. The front leg does bend at the knee. And you're breathing. Now push the waves. Let's go back to the left foot. And you're going to push the palms away and then back. It doesn't matter which foot's forward. I'll just tell you which one I got forward just for a consistency because we're going to switch. When you go back, the front toe comes up. When you go forward, the back heel comes up. There's that rocking motion again. We do a lot of rocking. This is called push the waves, and it's very much a wave-like motion. If you've ever stood maybe a hip level or a little higher in the ocean, you've probably recognized this sensation. It's very soothing, very relaxing. All these motions are relaxing. Oh, this one's a fun one. I like this one. Actually just makes me relax and initiates that relaxation response and starts canceling stress. Oh, I'm sorry. Switch feet. I've gotten so much into it. I just totally forgot to switch feet. I think I could actually do this one for like 10 or 15 minutes. So you have to watch me. I could just get carried away. Remember, Tai Chi is a moving meditation. Even Shibashi can become meditative. Get a nice rocking going, get the breath supporting it. Nice. I see a lot of nice flowing motion. You guys are great. Now, separate the arms as you come back and then bring them back together. This is called dove spreading the wings. So use the arms like they're wings. Slowly, carefully open the wings and then close them. All the time rocking. I don't care which foot you got forward because we're going to switch, but you're rocking on the foot. Left back heel up, front toe up as you rock back and forth. This is a good one too. Arms are not really at the shoulder level. They're just a little lower than shoulder and they're soft. No time do the arms straighten fully and no time do they stretch. At no time do the arms leave the body. They're just there and soft. Nice straight torso and head. Let's switch the feet and continue with the dove spreading wings. For me, it's an inhale as I spread the arms and an exhale as I bring them close. That just seems natural as I open up my chest. I want to breathe in. Maybe you're a super slow breather and you can inhale open and inhale close and then do an exhale. Like you could do an inhale, continuing the inhale and then do the exhale, if that works for you. Or maybe you do an inhale and an exhale as you open and an inhale and exhale as you close. All kinds of breath patterns. That's why you need to find what works for you. Dove spread wings is our 13th form out of the 18. So those of you that are hanging in there, thank you. It's important to make it through all 18. Like I say, even if you kind of take it easy on a couple of them, because you want to work every part of the body this way. Now, bring both feet in. Bring the wrist to the waist. Make a fist in each hand, and you're going to bring one hand up and just push forward like a punch. Let me get a little closer, and then bring it back. So turn the wrist and punch, turn the wrist and bring it back. Turn the wrist and punch, and you're not even stretching the arm. You're just going about 70% of your reach. Nice little twist in the wrist there. Serves us well to work the wrist. This one is called punching or punch. I think it should be called wrist turn. Fly like a wild goose. Your feet are about shoulders width apart. The hands come down and they come up. Palms are down the whole time, and then you flap down. I've never seen a wild goose fly, so I'll have to assume this is how it is. Using your knees to lift up a little and then settling down in those soft knees. If you can, this is not something I can do because I have peripheral neuropathy, but if you can do this, rise both heels as you come up on your toes and then down. I have to do 1 foot at a time, so I'll rise up on the 1 foot and then the other, just because my feet aren't normal. That's how you adapt these movements to suit your needs. Inhale, nice full breath there, but still comfortable. We're not pressing too much air. We're not panting. We're just breathing fully and comfortably. Rotate the wheel. Now you bring the arms down, and they swing across and up, but you never bring the head lower than the heart. So So you're swinging the upper torso in a circle to support the arms doing this, but not so far as the head would go below the heart, because that actually could make us lightheaded. Doesn't matter which direction you go, because right now we're going to go the other direction. Now, bring up one arm and flap the wrist down. Bring up the other arm and flap the wrist down. Bring up the alternate knee and let the foot go down before the hand. Again, you can just lift the heel off the floor if you want to. This takes a little coordinating because the hand does not go down with the foot. The foot goes down first, and the hand just does this little wave at me. You just wave at me. It's called stepping and bouncing a ball. Not sure how many kids actually step and bounce the ball, but hey. The little wave is kind of a nice little, panache there, a little flare. Watch your balance. If you need to touch a wall or touch a chair, do it. Again, Tai Chi must be practiced safely. Now we're going to close. This is the 18. You're going to take your hands and separate a little bit. Come up to about shoulder, maybe a little lower. The hands come together and you just push down to the earth. Just imagine that you're gathering energy, pulling it up from the earth with your hands, and then you're pushing it down your own spine, pushing it back down to the earth. So gather and push. This is also called a closing. It's a very general Tai Chi movement done in a lot of practices. Inhale and move that energy. Now, one more. Now, stand in your Wuji, stand tall with feet about hips width apart, soft shoulders, soft arms hanging down. Bring your hands right there, maybe a little below heart center, as though you're holding a ball of energy, and your hands are soft and curled. So stand there and just breathe, and just imagine your breath is going right into that ball of energy between your hands and making it swirl. See if you can bring your attention down there with your breath, and your attention and the breath follow the swirling. This is the infamous energy ball that we all have. As energy flows from palm to palm, we just visualize that we can see it. Though sometimes we may actually start to feel it. Doesn't matter if you do or don't. Just breathe and send that breath down to the energy ball and see if the awareness feels or notices the movement. Now separate the hands a little bit into what we call a pulse. I could also call it a taffy pull. It's though you're pulling that energy and stretching it, and then the energy pulls your hands back together. Again, just imagine the energy is there. Imagine that swirling energy is stretching as you separate the hands. We call this pulsing, or pulsing hands. Maybe you want to bring your hands into a different angle and see how it affects your energy ball. Maybe just rotate it. The slower you go, maybe the more you feel, maybe. You might start to feel warmth in the hands. or maybe a tingling, or maybe you start to feel what's maybe a magnetic sensation. It could happen. The body's full of magnetism. If you can slow your breath a little, do, but don't worry if you don't. Soft knees, soft shoulders. Now bring your left hand and put your palm against your belly. We call this area the dantian. It's an energy center. And you bring the other hand and put the palm right on top of that palm. And just breathe gently, naturally. Relaxing anything you can in the body. We call this active relaxation, when you need some energy to stay standing, but you relax everything you don't need beyond that. Relax your hands down. Let's come seated. If you have some water, you might want to take a sip if you haven't been hydrating already through the session. Okay, I mentioned this earlier. One of the basic principles is try not to give up. Try to go through the whole 18 forms. Like I say, it's better to do them all lightly than to work hard and wear out after the first 6 or 7 and stop. Because I'd rather lightly work every part of my body than work part of it heavily and not work the rest of it. So maintain good posture. You want to stand straight. Make the head move with the torso. Rarely do we move the head without the torso. During the warm-ups, we did a couple of neck rolls, but normally in Tai Chi, the head stays with the torso. Start noticing as you get used to doing these exercises with me, how your consciousness and breathing work together. Don't worry about it until you're ready for that, but you'll notice that there is a role of your consciousness and your breath working together. Actions are relaxed. We don't want to do anything in a striking or aggressive or fast moving motion. We want to stay soft in the body, make it flowing. Make sure you have a good space for it. I mean, obviously we don't need a ton of space to do this, maybe 4 or 5 feet wide and maybe 2 or 3 feet front and back. So that's nice that we have that. If you can have it quiet or gentle music playing, perfect. we do want to start promoting abdominal breath. And if you're not used to doing that, that's fine. Let's talk about introducing you to it a little bit more each class. When we breathe into our chest, we do not fill out the lungs fully. When we breathe into our abdomen, we can actually utilize the diaphragm to create a bigger vacuum. So when you breathe into the abdomen, you create a bigger vacuum in the chest, and you actually take in more oxygen up here because you're creating a bigger vacuum down here. So start seeing if you can direct your breath to the belly. Don't stress over it. It'll come with time. And let's see. And most of all, Tai Chi Shibashi is meant to be enjoyable. It's nothing ever to worry about. Am I doing it correctly? Am I doing enough? Don't ever worry about that. Just do it. It is therapeutic. Everything we're moving, if you think about it, is moving a joint or a muscle, a tendon, or working some organs or glands. So this movement, as gentle as it is therapeutic for us and makes us feel better and makes us healthier, which is why so many people do it worldwide. But the important thing is come back and join me as often as possible, because this is something we should all do every day. So come back as often as you can.
I would love to do that, but unfortunately you have been very busy. Every class that I saw was booked. So I finally booked today's class, and I believe it's sometime in June. That was the only thing that I was able to do.
Well, I just got permission the other day to increase the cap.
Oh, good.
So I don't increase it. I shouldn't say that. I got the powers that be to agree to increase the cap. So you're going to see that cap going up. So the fact that you guys have been filling it up with registrations made a point. So they're going to increase the number that can come in, and maybe we'll even get some more classes. I would love if I could talk them into doing a Shibashi every day. So
that would be fantastic.
Well, you know, Mary, you can help in the suggestions, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Put in that suggestion.
Oh, don't worry about it. I will.
Thank you. I love hearing stuff like that. It helps me.
I'll do it anyway when I like the class.
When people do that and support that, then that helps me get my way. So I really appreciate it. But I want to do it to support you too. I want the practice, and I want to share it with you. So
I was a little tight. I'm still a little tight in my waistline, but I guess that must be normal, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You don't overdo it. That's the catch. If you're tight today in the waist, next time maybe practice part of the class seated. You know, give your back a little rest, and make sure you've got good posture. You may be getting lower back trouble because you're leaning into things.
Oh.
And don't lean. Keep a nice straight posture.
Okay.
But we're human. We're going to do stuff like that. but the education is to start watching for it and correcting it. You may see me lean into something because I'm human and I know better. But that also makes us get in a position where the back might be strained, you know, or maybe you're twisting a little too far. So be kind to yourself, and we'll build together. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for your class.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I found this class easier to follow than your beginner's class.
Yes.
You didn't make such a big point about right or left. It was this side or that side, and you're, doing one side or the other side because we're going to change.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Robert, you just hit on one reason I asked them to create this class.
it's a lot easier. Good.
I wanted something, I like the beginners because it's a little more challenging, but I also wanted something that people could just step into without any challenge at all. And let's do them both together, or meet whichever people want to do one or the other.
I found this very helpful, very
Great.
Relaxing, and the aches I had coming into it have gone.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah,
So, hey, that's
wonderful.
great. So so maybe you'll put in a suggestion for more Shibashi.
For sure. I'm going to get the video so that when you're not
I'm
teaching
really,
the class that day, I could watch it.
I'm
Do it.
either very bad or very good at promoting these classes. So they're probably going to tell me to stop telling you guys to write in at some point. But hey, these classes are here for you guys So if it benefits you to have more of them, you should request them, you know, and that's, so I'm teasing a lot about it, but yeah, ask for it, because for one thing, Robert and Mary and the rest of you, I love doing Shibashi. And I would love to have an excuse to schedule it every day just to practice it with you instead of having to work it into my regular schedule. So I kind of am getting a benefit out of this too. Okay, thank you for coming today. Please share your experience, not just with me, but on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know what the other thing, I just say these words like I know what they mean. You know, I know what Facebook is. I've never even been on the others, but hopefully you know what they are, and you'll get on there and promote it and share it with people. But if you're like me, now I'm not an anachronism. I am modern. I get into technology, but maybe I'm just lazy. I would send my experience to Liz, Liz at getsetup.io. And I'd say, hey, Liz, you know, I did this Qigong class the other day and I loved it. It was really good, blah, blah, blah. Made my backache go away. I would share that experience with Liz and let her do the social media thing for me because I'm just lazy, you know? So, but if you are on those platforms and you want to say something, please do. I keep thinking about, if I hadn't stumbled on someone telling me about it, I wouldn't know about Get Set Up. So I'm really happy someone told me about it. So you be that person and make somebody happy. Some other classes related to what we did today would be Qigong and slow flow yoga. Tai Chi is directly related to Qigong. It actually came from the basis of Qigong. Now, next class will be Tai Chi for beginners, more Tai Chi Shibashi, and now, Tai Chi Beginners, if you haven't done it yet, is a little bit different animal. And if you haven't done that class yet, there's another class called Tai Chi, Why It's Great for Seniors. You might want to attend that one first. It's kind of like an intro that you do one time. And then from there, you can start Tai Chi for Beginners with a kind of an understanding of what it is. And then you come back as often as you can, because we teach multiple things in the beginners class that eventually you connect into one long sequence. Where Shibashi stands alone in one class, Tai Chi for beginners, you have to take like 4 classes to get all the pieces. So it's a little more challenging. You heard Robert mention it. It's a little more challenging. Starting today, I think at 4:30 Eastern time in North America, Eastern time, I will have my first class on Get Set Up for Kundalini Yoga. If you've never heard of it, that's not unusual because it's not as common as Hatha yoga, but it's also because it doesn't appeal as much to the kids who practice gym yoga. Kundalini is not gym style yoga. It's not really practiced to build muscles and exercise, though you'll be shocked how much it will wear you out. Kundalini yoga is a therapeutic form of yoga developed in the Punjab region of India to make us healthier. It's kind of like Shibashi. It's there to make us healthier. The exercises are radically different for most part than Hatha. And I teach a class chair-based, but if anybody comes to the class and says, I'm on a mat, I will teach it both ways. So if you're in my class today or at another one and you want to do it on the floor on a mat, just tell me and I'll teach it both ways. But if you've never done it, come at least to one class and give it a try. I will tell you, most people either love it or hate it. So, and if you hate it, we got other yoga classes for you. So, how much? I'm still got time. I will send out some class notes after this class and give you a list of what we did and kind of give you a little summary of what we did. And there'll be 3, I'm circling right here with my cursor. There'll be 3 other classes that pop up there, not necessarily related to my class, but it might be something that says, hey, I'd really like to try this out. And you just click it and you'll go right to booking it. Give feedback. That's the important one. That's the one that keeps me working here. We want your feedback because it'll ask you, if you click that button, it'll go, how was the session? 1 to 5 stars. How was the guide? 1 to 5 stars. Well, they like me a lot more if you give me big stars. So if you'll tell them, if you don't like it, give an appropriate number of stars.
Give you 10.
Say why.
I give you 10.
Do that. Yeah, click 10. But I honestly, if you've got a criticism or something you didn't like about it, please note it there, add the comment, because several comments have really helped me. One of them was, I can't see your feet clearly. So I got lights in here now during Tai Chi for Beginners that I can show off my feet better. So your criticisms are really great for growth, because I want to know what we can improve, and so does Get Set Up. So if your comment is, I want more Shibashi, that's good. You know, would this guy not talk so fast? That's good, because I find myself talking quickly to squeeze everything in. But give them your comments. They will pay attention, and some of them they actually forward to me if it's pertinent to something I can change in class. If you got something in general, like how can we improve? Like maybe you want more fitness classes, or you've really been dying to do that underwater basket weaving class, here's where you can recommend it to them. So, and then you just click done and it goes into history. Invite a friend. When you're booking, you can click that little blue button there during the booking process and immediately invite a friend, a neighbor, a buddy. Heck, invite an enemy. Maybe you'll make friends, you know, by inviting them. Same thing's available on your phone. It just looks a little differently. And the other thing you can do is host an interest group. Maybe you have an interest in baking cupcakes. Well, you know what? A lot of other people do too. So contact help@getsetup.io and say, I'd like to host an interest group on specialty cupcakes. You just get together with these other people. You click the button that opens it, but you just spend the hour talking to friends who share or people who will be your friends with a shared interest. They're great concepts. I've attended several and I've gotten some great recipes out of them. And of course, it suggests a new class. If you really want that underwater basket weaving, please suggest it. If you're connected with assisted care facility, a senior living facility, or some organization in your community or government that works with seniors, if you can send us their contact information, names, emails, and phone numbers, we will contact them and see if we can partner with them, because that's how Get Set Up exists, is through these partnerships. And that's how we all get this for free. So if you can help us there, please do. And of course, the session today is recorded. So if you want a copy, just email help@getsetup.io and they will hook you up with a copy. And that is it. And I think I'm just about, wow, 12:30. I'm right on the dot. So with that, I don't, let me look at the chat quickly in case there's something I can respond to. Oh, look, mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much. Thank you, Veronica. And thank you, Pat. Good to see. I didn't even see you in the class today, but good to know you were there. Hi, Vicky. And she's going to be in the class later today. Denise, too. So it looks like some of you are going to be in my Kundalini. So good. Melinda had to leave. Oh, that's it for chat. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for making me smile. Hope to see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Aloha.